Joining us now, Democratic Congressman Seth Moulton from Massachusetts. Congressman, you were one of the first Democrats to call on President Biden to end his re-election bid. You wrote in the Boston Globe about how you had a personal relationship, a long relationship with him, but, quote, more recently you saw him in a small group at Normandy for the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and for the first time he didn't seem to recognize you. So how are you feeling about the presidential race now, with Kamala Harris the leading contender to get the nomination?
I have to say, I'm feeling so much better. I'm really optimistic. I think we have a path to win now. And I'm incredibly proud of President Biden for doing something that took a lot of political courage, following in the footsteps of George Washington and becoming known not just for wielding great power, but having the courage to give it up, to pass on the torch. He'll be remembered with a great legacy for his service, decades in the Senate, 12 years in the White House, but for being willing to give up power when it was the right thing to do for the party and the country. So I think yesterday was a great day for America. It was a great day for the Democratic Party. It was a great day for Kamala Harris, but it was also a great day for Joe Biden.
Let me ask you about what happens now, because we know that there have been widespread reports of enthusiasm in Congress. A lot of voters are telling our reporters out there that they're happy for the change. But realistically, what do you see as the challenges facing the campaign logistically and Kamala Harris strategically? We just heard from the Speaker of the House who said this doesn't change the dynamics of the race at all.
Well, Alex, actually, I think your use of the word logistically is really important here because, you know, from my military background, there's this saying that amateurs talk strategy, professionals talk logistics. We've got 3 months to get this campaign together, and Kamala Harris is logistically in an amazing position to take on all the resources that President Biden has accumulated as part of the Biden-Harris campaign, to fall right in on that infrastructure, right in on that money. She's already raised so much more money to add to that, because there's a big logistical operation that just has to go into getting out the vote, campaigning all across the country, especially in those key battleground states, and introducing herself and her platform, not President Biden's platform, her platform to the American people. She is ready to hit the ground running because she has those logistics in place. And that's part of why I was proud to endorse her myself yesterday to be our nominee.
And tell me, Congressman, can Vice President Harris break through? Can she mobilize voters in the critical swing states? I mean, she can win Massachusetts, but in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, and in Georgia, in Arizona, can she win the white males, the military veterans? You know, the Democrats are so far behind Nevada, in the suburbs. And people like your fellow Marines, will they vote for her?
She absolutely can. Now, look, she's got work to do. She's kind of been in the shadow of the president for the last 4 years. She has to get out there and put forward her own platform, a vision for the future with energy, vitality, courage, all these things we know about the vice president, but introduce herself to a lot of voters who only know her through her reputation as the vice president. Now, she has a couple of great opportunities. One is she can talk about all the amazing things the Biden-Harris team has achieved, like passing huge bipartisan legislation, the CHIPS and Science Act, the bipartisan infrastructure law. But she's also her own person, and she's her own leader, and she can separate herself from policies where she may have disagreed with the president. You know, maybe she has a better idea for how we should secure our border, for example. She has now the opportunity to not just be in President Biden's shadow, but to present a new case to America. There was a national poll that recently had her just 2 points behind Donald Trump. When people see her optimistic vision for the country, it'll be such a contrast to Donald Trump's dark Project 2025 vision of taking away rights, bringing us backwards in time, doing things that will dramatically increase inflation across America. What a contrast there will be between Kamala Harris's forward-looking vision, Donald Trump's backward-looking vision. And I'll say one more thing. You know, we saw these polls for a long time in this race that the majority of Americans did not want either nominee, neither Trump nor Biden. Well, one party has heard America. One party has responded. That's the Democratic Party. We've heard the concerns. We've said, here is a new leader. And I think that's going to be exciting to a lot of people across America, including those swing voters you're talking about in the middle.
Vice presidential nominees generally don't move the needle. I wonder if the late nature of this, the drama of it, Congressman, makes that selection more important than it might otherwise be? And do you have a preference for who, if indeed Kamala Harris is the nominee, she should choose?
I don't have a preference because I think actually it's a hard choice. And that's a good problem for the vice president to have. There's a lot of talent on the Democratic bench, and she's going to have a lot of people to choose from, bringing different backgrounds, experiences, and representing different geographical areas of the country to add to her ticket. But I think in the process of looking at different potential vice presidents, it's going to really showcase the depth of talent in the party today.